Keep going. Yeah.
Okay.
It's okay.
Say hi. Can you say hi? Go now?
Yes.
Okay. Hi. I'm a Samaritan woman, and most people know me as Woman at the Well. Why? I don't know. People aren't very creative. I liked Well Wisher or something like that, but you know, beggars can't be choosers, right? So I'm here to tell a story, and it's not about me and my extraordinary self, because believe me, I'm not very extraordinary. But instead it's about someone that I met just by chance who was extraordinary and changed my life forever. But anyway, so on with the story. So I'm headed to get some water from the well, and this is the famous Jacob's Well. And I do this every day of my life. I carry the bucket, I fill up the bucket, and I carry it back every day. Just like I said, not a celebrity life at all. But still, one day, I'm going to get my water, and when I look up and I find someone leaned up against the well, it was a Jew. Okay, I know that sounds strange, but in these days, no Samaritans talked to Jews. Samaritans didn't associate with Jews. We were not allowed in the temple of Jerusalem. We were considered an inferior breed, and it's not worthy of being around the Jews. And I know that sounds crazy, but that's just how it was. So you can imagine why I was so surprised. Why would the Samaritan be next to this Jew? Like, this just doesn't happen. And I try to be really subtle, you know, just get my water, fill it up, and carry it back, and not have any sort of confrontation, because that tends to happen. So I was trying to get just my water, and then he asks me a question. And not just a question, he asks me to get him some water. I'm thinking, who do you think you are? Like, I'm a Samaritan, I'm gonna dirty your water, and I'm not worthy of getting you water. So I don't know why you're asking me to do this. Do you want some lobster with your water? Like, that's not my job for you. And so I bit my tongue, and I said, well, I did say something, and I told him, you know, that I'm a Samaritan, and you are a Jew. So why are you asking me for water? And he said something like, if you knew who just asked you for a drink of water, you should ask him, and he would give you living water. Now I was super confused, because what is living water? Is that an energy drink? Is that like a Brita Monster? I'm so confused. And so I didn't have a clue what he was talking about. And so I asked him where I can find this living water. And see, this guy didn't even have a bucket to fetch water with. And so then he tells me that the water he can give me will quench my thirst forever. So now he had my attention, because magic water that I'll never have to go and carry this bucket, fill it up, carry it back every day like I always do. And so I tell him, give me this water. So here's where it gets a little weird. He asks me to go and get my husband. Now, I'm not the perfect woman, all right? So I guess you wouldn't call me a one-man kind of gal. So I bent the truth a bit, and I tell him that I don't have a husband. Nothing technically untrue was said there. But somehow he already knew. He said, you are right to say that you don't have a husband. You've already had 5 husbands, and this guy you're living with now isn't your husband. So now I'm really freaking out, because this guy, like, private eyes, he's been stalking me forever. What's going on? And so, I mean, did my second husband, the crazy Harvey, hire this guy or something? I mean, Harvey's always paranoid, but that's another story. Let's get into that later. So now, I'm freaking out, and so I try to change the subject, and I'm like, so you're a prophet now, are you? Just guessing. And I say, so tell me the truth. So we Samaritans believe that we can worship on so-and-so mountain, but Jews say only Jerusalem. What do you say about that? And then he says that the day will come when we won't worship at either place, but we will worship through the Spirit and the truth of God. So, I was not following him at all, but I wanted to know more without seeming ignorant. I had no idea what this guy was talking about. So I told him, when the Messiah comes, he's going to answer all these questions for us. He's going to explain everything to us. And that's when he said it. It was like, how did I miss it? It was like one of those moments when something great is standing in front of you, and then you realized that it was so great whenever it's gone. And he says that I, the one speaking to you, I am he. So by this time I'm breaking down, and the Messiah, the Son of the one God, he's actually standing in front of me, and he's talking to me, offering me, an absolute nobody, eternal life. I see his friends coming our way, and I run back to town to tell everybody. I didn't even grab my water. I just wasted the whole day because I didn't get my water, and it all just seems so trivial now. And I ran back to town to tell everyone, come see the man. He told me everything. And he might just be the Messiah. And so everybody ran to the well with me, and Jesus, that's what they called him, stayed with us for 2 days, and we did believe that he was the Messiah and that he was who he claimed to be. So that's my story. Like I said, I was just your average nobody who was approached by the absolute somebody. So I am the woman at the well, and this is my close encounter with Jesus.